rules once a pay.
Yeah, with a motherfucking bang. Bow.
If you know
Yeah.
anything about the government.
How y'all doing today? Peace and blessings, everybody. You feel me?
Ends of the earth. And when they want their money, they want it immediately. When they owe you money, they can take decades to pay you money that they owe you. The government can take decades to pay you what they owe you. And they will use tactic after tactic to delay. But when you owe them anything,
they take that shit out, no problem.
Notices. Notice what? Pay up.
Shout out to the angry guy, you feel
Notice
me?
2, you have
Right,
been
yeah.
Notice 3,
sure,
there is a lien that will be going against your assets. That is all. Okay? So these women should think they're going to get away. Oh, you collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support? A lot of times it's not $50,000. Let's be real. It's not $50,000. A lot of these women, hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support, multiple kids.
Let's get some reactions in here.
You guys have been paying child support for decades for kids that are not even there. You have stories where men have had like 4 or 5 kids with a woman, and none of the children are theirs, or only one of the kids are theirs. I want you to think about that.
Man, we back on here, you feel me? Like, yeah, I finally got my monetization back. You feel me? Like, they had me on hold for like forever and shit. You feel me? But yeah, yo, like, yeah. It's like, instead of American protecting American, you feel me? Like, they made us like a bitch smack up state. You feel me? Like, sure enough, yeah. Like, y'all be thinking about this shit, right? Like, yo, women overseas, like, yo, they wasn't there, like, do this shit that our women do, yo. You get what I'm saying? Cause like it'll be shit that come her way that she not ready for. You get what I'm saying? And it's like America gave the women that support. You feel me? Like, oh fuck, I ain't gotta do what you say. You feel me? We in this bitch the whole time together and shit, right? Like, yeah, we in this bitch the whole time together, and now you want to start something new. You feel me? Cause now you got support. You feel me? Like, and the support ain't even the support that you need. You get what I'm saying? Cause they just want to spit you up and throw you out. You feel me? And then let the rest devour you. You feel me? So it's like that's why nothing never be enough for a woman who dealing with a man. You feel me? Like, after you give her everything, yo, she still she wants your blood now, yo. And it's like overseas, yo, like, yo, they don't be going through this shit, yo. You feel me? Family be together for years, yo. 12 kids and all that shit, yo. Like, so shout out to them, yo. You feel me? Like, real shit, yo. Shout out to them, yo. You feel me? Cause they was hitting on something, yo. And it's like over here, we think like all they had was tradition. You feel me? The way as though like money could never like separate that shit. You feel me? Like, that was just an asset to them. You get what I'm saying? But it's like when you gave over here, you give people this much power. It's like they don't know how to use it. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it fucks up everything. It fucks up the whole economy. You get what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, yo, like we just touching bases on this shit, yo. Like, it's like it be my problem, but it be the really like it's the world problem now. You get what I'm saying? Like they took the essence, yo. Like, yeah, so man, that shit be crazy. You feel me? So to all my young brothers, yo, keep your head up, yo, and like stay in your lane. You feel me? Like, it's like around every door, yo, it's something that like damn, y'all, I ain't like basically with the marriage shit, all right, you say like you getting married for love, you feel me, and happiness and shit, yeah. But a women don't it's like they mind transform, like they ain't he's like I don't give a fuck what happened to you feel me? Like long as the kids and we straight. But before the kids it was long as we straight. You get what I'm saying? Like and it's like that shit, yeah, yo, like it's biting us now, yo, for real, yo, all types of ways, yo. It's really for this shit, you feel me? So, like, comment, subscribe, share, yo, you feel me? Like, if you understand what I'm saying, you feel me? Like, yeah, I ain't gonna beat it in your head and shit like that, nah. But it should be real. But yeah, let's get back to it. Yeah, let's finish listening to him.
Decades for children that weren't even theirs. So now the state has to reimburse them for all of that. These women.
Early payday, fee-free overdrafts, no monthly fee. Chime, the #1 most loved banking app.
So chime in, yo. Yeah, that bitch, you feel me? Like, yeah.
Lowe's knows every pro needs a partner that works as hard as they do. That's why with our partnership program, are going to owe the state this money. And let me explain something to you. Y'all can't, just like you can't discharge, you typically cannot discharge your student loans by filing for bankruptcy. It's a shocking thing. But you can't discharge, just like you can't discharge your federal student loans, file for bankruptcy, right? If you owe the IRS a shitload of money, filing for bankruptcy isn't going to save you. Y'all think that they're going to get out of they can file for bankruptcy. It's not going to save them. Even if they file for bankruptcy, they are still going to owe the state that money. So all of these women, guys, this law, what this would do if it went to the Supreme Court, like I said, and it could. Because if it goes to federal court, then they'll fight over, and then they'll fight over it in federal court, and then it gets overturned in federal court. If it goes to the Supreme Court, right? The Supreme Court would basically, if they rule against the guys, then they basically allow this type of seizure to be legal. All right? And it would basically be authorizing paternity fraud. We all know what's happening here. It's clearly illegal. If it went before the Supreme Court, not only would it affect men going forward, but it would affect men going back decades. So you would have guys, you'd have 60, 70, 80-year-old men going to the courts, all right, and demanding back their money that was stolen from them for children that were not theirs. All right? This will cost the government potentially hundreds of billions of dollars. Billions, right off the bat, billions, but maybe hundreds, at least tens of billions, but potentially hundreds of billions of dollars. Hundreds of billions that they would have to shell out to these men. And there would be new men coming forward each and every single day. And the women, you'd have all these women. And guys, what are you going to do? Because this is fraud. And these women who did this knowingly, who committed this fraud knowingly, this would bring up another question. Did you know that the child was not yours when you put his name on the birth certificate? And if it's proven that she committed paternity fraud, that she knowingly did this, all right? And there's evidence, and sometimes there is strong evidence, she could end up doing jail time. Because that now becomes a financial fraud. And we know how the government treats financial fraud in America. Financial fraud is worse than murder. They'll give you 5 years for manslaughter. They'll give you 15. Just starting off, for financial fraud. They will give you 5 years for manslaughter, which is really murder, and give you 15 just to start off for financial fraud. That's how insane it is. So you're gonna have a lot of these women, some of them in their 60s, maybe even their 70s,
that shit
getting
crazy,
hauled into court, getting in chains and shackles.
Shout out to Hawaii, you feel me? Sorry about the devastating accident y'all had with the fires and stuff. Y'all. I hope all y'all get well. You get what I'm saying? That's a lot to take in, you feel me? But I would still wish the best for y'all, yeah. Aloha, you feel me? Like, yeah. I'm sorry y'all went through that. Yesterday I was talking to one of my folks, right? And we get to talking about it. And she like, well, why do you think it happened? You feel? I'm like, maybe something's being covered up. You feel me? Like, if something get burnt all the way down, then it's gonna take a little while to really focus on what problems was lying over here. You get what I'm saying? Or what was going on over here? You feel me? So I was like maybe Oprah did it. You feel me? Like to slow down the investigation on her. You feel me? For with the kids and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? I hope she ain't with that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like that's some fucked up shit. But yeah, like that was my take on it. You feel me? Like, and then come to find out today, they like, maybe Oprah was over here doing something. I'm like, oh hell no, yeah. Like she wasn't doing that shit, yeah. Like hell no, yeah. But yeah, yo, like you never know, yeah. Like for real, yeah. That's why God was like, yo, don't praise none of these people. You feel me? Like at all, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause you don't know what people would do. You feel me? So, I never like everybody human. Everybody gonna mess up. You get what I'm saying? But still though, like, nah. Have your praise towards me, and that's it. You feel me? So, if you're doing that, yo, good job. You feel me? Like, but yeah, though, like, this shit crazy, yeah. But yeah, that was my take on it and shit. Like, nah, like, I could see something like that happening. You feel me? Like, yeah. And back to it.
Because the government is not going to lose their money. They're going to hold the women liable. And when women see this happening, they're going to go ballistic. And they can cry and scream and holler all they want. But as the world is collapsing around them, they won't know what to do. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn to the church. Because that's all they can turn to. They don't have men to turn to. They have no one else to turn to. So they're going to turn to the church. And they're going to invade the churches and try to look for men in the church.
All right, so this is a little joke. You feel me? Like showing up earlier today, right? All right, like I'm trying to get back in my little gig and shit, right? So they was like, all right, Mr. Johnson, all right, cut yourself off from this company, and then you okay with us, with this company. It's all in the same building. I was like, all right, cool. So I did all that, you feel me? Like, I'm still waiting on the call and shit to start. They sent me a letter like, hey, well, you ain't got to do training because you was just here. I'm like, all right, cool, you feel me? Like, yeah, like, just get me on the schedule, you feel me? So I was like, I'm still waiting on that shit, you feel me? But God got me, you feel me? He know what he doing, so. It was like earlier I was stressed about this shit, but it's like, nah. So, all right, I'm in the, like, I'm in this place, right? And I see like a young lady and shit. Like, I ain't gonna say young, my age, you feel me? But yeah, I seen this woman and shit, and she was just like tatted up, you feel me? So the joke was like, "Hey yo, what if I get Amazon tatted on me? Yo, you think they ever try to get rid of me?" She started blushing, like laughing and shit. I was like, "You don't think I have advantage with that? Like I'm representing a company, you feel me? Like what other kids would be?" So it was just a joke, you feel me? But yeah, she was laughing at shit, so it was funny and shit, you feel me? Like, yeah, like, not done, knowing damn well, like, yeah, I wasn't doing, you feel me? But my mind was on the gig, and then I seen her, you feel me? It was like, all right. So, like, I still got it, you feel me? But yeah, that bit, you feel me? Back to it.
And like I said, you have to be one dumb motherfucker to go into church. He says, I told you to stay away from the church. Because any of you that know the Bible, any of you that truly know God, you know that you can see if you are an absolute man of God, if you are a man who carries God with you, all right? And you can see clearly that Satan has set up shop in the church. And he is preaching. He is preaching to the congregation. You damn well know you have no business in the church.
I felt
Saying
like
shit
that.
like, well, I'm not there for the devil. I'm not there for this. I'm here for God. The devil is preaching to the congregation. What the fuck do you think this is? You know you have no business there. Y'all are just going there for congregate. Y'all are going there for community and entertainment. You know you have no business in the fucking church. And that's where women are setting up shop. They're setting up shop in the church, looking for men to deceive.
Damn. Yeah, I could see that. I would see that. That's crazy, yeah. That's why I like when you stand for yourself, yo, and you got integrity and stuff in you, you feel me? Like, and you're a leader, you feel me? Like, you can be sensing these things, yo. Like, nah, this ain't for me. Like you don't feel out in tune with you, like, yeah, like I just learned, like folks can get write-offs, you feel me, for holding out information on you. You get what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's crazy, yeah. But all this shit got to do with, yo, it's like it's eating itself from the inside out, you feel me? Like, yeah. All right, don't mind me, y'all. Like, I got toothache, you feel me? So that's why I ain't in the mood, you feel me? Like, to bother me and shit. But yeah, I just had to get y'all this message, you feel me? And get up on this new page and shit. You feel me? I'm happy to get my monetization back. Like, yeah.
You have the worst types of people in the church.
So pause real quick.
When we say that church is a place for sinners, not for saints, it's not a joke. And when you go, oh well, we're all sinners. No. You're sitting there with people who have unalived people. You're sitting there with rapists. You're sitting there with the worst types of people. All right? and you absolutely should not be around. These women are not there for God. They're there for themselves, trying to come up, trying to find another simp, another fool, to take them out of their situation, to cover those bills. And she does not like you, and she does not love you. She's just looking for a fool, an idiot to use. And the pastor, he's not your friend. He's there trying to set you up with a 304. And now she feels real comfortable because God has cleaned away her sins and he keeps on washing them away. So while she's cheating on you, it doesn't matter because Jesus keeps on cleaning it away. So no matter what she does, Jesus is washing it away. He's washing it away. He's washing it away. Doesn't matter all the horrible things that she does to you. Cheating on you, stealing from you, all of it. Jesus is washing it away at every given moment. Every given moment, Jesus is washing away her sins. Doesn't matter the evils that she does. No matter how evil she is. She's there with her Bible. And she's there calling out, reading scriptures and all this other bullshit. Because what women have done now is they use the church and they use God as a means of avoiding accountability. That's absolute insanity. But this is what they are about right now. That's what they're about. That's the insane shit that they're about. Let me read some comments. Dr. McDowell says they can starve to death. I don't give a flying shit about these future criminal bastard SOBs. Let me read this comment right here. Nate C says, a wonder of the world is compound interest. You owe us 50 grand. Compound interest is a motherfucker. And that's another thing, guys. That's another thing. Because when they go after these women who stole this money, because the government's going to go after them, they're going to add compound interest to it. They're going to say, okay, oh, well, now you owe us this amount of money. Here's another interesting thing about that. If the government is applying compound interest, the men who lost this money, who had this money extracted from them,
Ordinary dish soaps can leave visible grease behind. Only Dawn Platinum removes 99% of grease.
Are also going to start demanding compound interest. Because if the government can say that you owe us this amount of money and we're adding compound interest to it, and we can do that legally, then so can the men. Because you stole this money from me. The government, you did this, right? You had the ability to have the courts had the ability and the responsibility to ensure not just to ensure that not just the children were being taken care of, but that the father was also being treated fairly. All right? They had a responsibility. They failed in that responsibility. If you can ask for compound interest, if the state can ask for compound interest, you sure as hell owe this man compound interest on this money. So if this man lost $300,000 in child support, all right, and that was over the course of the last 20 years, all right, then you need to compound that motherfucker. We can use the exact same formula that the state is using if you would like. The compound interest that the IRS is using to compound interest. All right? We can use the state's formula or the federal formula, but we have to use a formula.
All right, yeah, back to it. So shout out to the angry man, you feel me? Like, sure enough, yeah, like one of the channels I be watching and shit like that, you feel me? Like, yeah, applause to him, yeah. For real. All right, y'all. But peace and blessings to y'all. You feel me? It's a little slight little message. You feel me? To make up. 'Cause I know I ain't been in here in a minute. You feel me? But like I said, peace and blessings to everybody around the world. Y'all love y'all. Y'all. God, the world, God, the greatness. GTG will get us a gods. You feel me? Yeah, yeah. And I hope y'all, everybody have a blessed, beautiful day on this Tuesday. You feel me? And yeah, we in here. You feel me? Another day, another get to it. You feel me? Another chance to get right with the Most High. You feel me? So yeah, peace and blessings to everybody. Yeah, that.